So, as mentioned before, the animation industry comes basically from the film or the TV industry, and that's why this TV and the film industry has created like a strong influence in the way the animation industry works as well. And both film and TV industry, they have a very strong military way of working, and this means that there is a very clear chain of command where this role under role or top on top of other role, and usually the way it goes is that you always relate, or you always talk to, let's say, to the person who is strictly on top of you. And you may have situations maybe where you can talk to somebody who is a little bit higher up the chain of command, like for example when you go to a review or something like that, but usually that is not the way. Usually somebody who is high talks to the immediate positions that are under him or her in order to spread this to the rest of the teams. And this goes like that all the time. They go down the ladder like that, and they all the way around in the different direction. You or the crew talk to the direct supervisors, to their direct supervisors, their direct supervisors. So this is a chain of command that always works like that. So this is something that creates a very particular, let's say, way to relate, or a very particular dynamic that is not very common, I found, in other professions. So in order to understand a little bit how the dynamics within the studio or within your show works, I think it's important that we go through each of the main roles that are in the chain of command and talk a little bit about them and how they affect to your work. Production executives. So production executives are always the top of the chain of command, and basically speaking, they represent the money. Since this is the higher position in any kind of production or a studio, its position and the relationship that this person may have to the rest of the team varies a lot. But one way to see it is that this person is the one who oversees the total project. So his work is about macro management a lot, but he's not necessarily the person who manages the whole thing. Also, this person may have some kind of a creative role throughout the song process, but again, not necessarily. You may see this person maybe in some reviews or in some rounds, but it's very rare that you will encounter or you will have any kind of conversation with this person. Usually, if there is any kind of creative input from an executive producer, this goes down straight to the director, and he is the one who spreads to the rest of the team. Also, this is the position, as I was saying, that since it represents the money, is the one that is in contact with all the distributions or with all the distributors, all the marketing. He's on top of all the marketing, and he's overseeing how is all the money going to flow in terms of benefits, expenses, and all that. So this is also the person who may greenlight a show when it's in the in the process of thinking about it, or pre-production, creating ideas and all that. Or also maybe the person who may cancel it because after some time they decide, or they are not convinced that this could be a project that can be profitable. And this is something that happens, is a very common thing that happens a lot, that they see that something is not profitable, so they just cancel the project. The next person down the ladder is the director. So